The first time
Hi,
she
I'm
said
so
it,
glad you
the
could make
words
it.
came out sharp enough to
Thanks for
cut
having me.
glass.
It's great to see you.
Stop flirting with me. The sentence hung in the air between the two porches like an accusation. The evening sun cast long shadows across the quiet suburban street, and the smell of freshly cut grass drifted lazily through the neighborhood. Daniel Carter froze halfway down the walkway, a paper grocery bag balanced in his arms. "I'm sorry," he said, confused. Across the narrow strip of lawn that separated their houses, his neighbor stood stiffly on her porch steps, arms crossed tightly over her chest. Her name was Lauren, he remembered. She had moved in about 3 months earlier. Lauren Matthews. Tall, reserved, always in a hurry, and clearly irritated. "I know what you're doing," she said, her tone cold. "The smiling, the waving, the little favors. It's unnecessary." Daniel blinked. For a moment he wondered if he'd misunderstood. "I'm just being neighborly," he said gently. "Well, don't," she replied flatly. "I'm not interested." Inside the house behind him, the front door suddenly burst open. "Dad, Dad, Dad." A small whirlwind named Lily Carter ran down the path, pigtails bouncing, clutching a crayon drawing like it was the Mona Lisa. "Look what I made." Daniel smiled instantly, the tension dissolving from his face. "Whoa, is that a unicorn riding a rocket ship?" "It's you riding a unicorn rocket ship," Lily corrected proudly. Daniel gasped in mock amazement. "Even better." Lauren watched silently from her porch. Daniel shifted the grocery bag to one arm and crouched beside his daughter. "Can you run inside and put these on the counter, kiddo?" he said softly. "Careful with the eggs." Lily saluted dramatically and disappeared inside. Daniel stood again and looked across at Lauren. "I'm really not flirting," he said calmly. "Just saying hello." Lauren shook her head once. "Just keep it to yourself." Then she turned and walked inside. The door closed. Daniel stood there a moment longer, then sighed quietly and carried the groceries inside. Over the next few weeks, Lauren tried to ignore him. But it wasn't easy. Daniel Carter was everywhere. Not in an annoying way. Just present. Every morning at 7:10, he walked Lily to the school bus stop. He packed her lunch on the porch steps when they were running late. He knelt to tie her shoes. He listened to her rambling stories about school like they were the most important things in the world. Sometimes he looked exhausted. Sometimes he wore the same hoodie 2 days in a row. But every single day, he smiled. And every single day, he waved. Lauren never waved back. Still, she noticed things. The way Lily ran into his arms after school. The way he carried her backpack and her science projects and sometimes even her when she fell asleep in the car. The way he worked late on his laptop at the kitchen table after she went to bed. Single dad. Lauren figured that part out quickly. What she didn't understand was why he was always helping people. One afternoon she came home from work to see him fixing Mrs. Alvarez's fence. Another day he was mowing Mr. Jenkins' lawn. Another time he was carrying groceries for the elderly couple down the street. Always smiling. Always kind. Always waving. It irritated her more than she wanted to admit. People weren't that nice. Not genuinely. Not without wanting something. The night everything changed started with rain. A heavy, relentless storm rolled across the neighborhood. Lauren had just gotten home from a 12-hour shift at the hospital when the power flickered. Then went out completely. "Great," she muttered. She lit a candle and sighed, collapsing onto the couch. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She almost ignored it, but something made her answer. "Hello. Hi. Is this Lauren?" The voice sounded familiar. "Yes, it's Daniel. From next door." Lauren sat up immediately. "What is it?" "Sorry to bother you," he said quickly. "Lily's running a fever and I think it might be high." "I know you're a nurse and..." "I'm a doctor," Lauren corrected automatically. There was a pause. "Oh, right. Sorry." Another pause. I wasn't sure what to do." Lauren was already grabbing her keys. "I'm coming over." Lily was curled on the couch when Lauren arrived, wrapped in a blanket, cheeks flushed. Daniel hovered nearby, worry written all over his face. "She was fine this afternoon," he explained. Then she got really hot and started shivering. Lauren moved quickly, instinct taking over. She checked Lily's temperature. 103.4. "Okay," Lauren said calmly. "We're going to bring that down." Daniel looked pale. "Is she okay?" "She will be." Lauren gave Lily medicine, cooled her with damp cloths, and monitored her breathing. Daniel stayed close, watching every move like it was a matter of life and death. After about 30 minutes, Lily's fever started dropping. Lauren exhaled softly. She's responding well. Daniel looked like someone had lifted 1,000 pounds off his shoulders. Thank you, he said quietly. Lauren glanced at him. You didn't overreact, she added. You did the right thing. He nodded. For a moment, neither spoke. Then Lauren noticed something. Where's her mom? She asked gently. Daniel's expression changed. Not dramatically. Just enough. She passed away, he said softly. Lauren blinked. Oh, car accident. 3 years ago. Silence filled the room. Lauren suddenly felt the weight of every cold interaction she'd had with him. Daniel, she started. He gave a small shrug. Lily's all I've got. The words were simple, but something about them hit Lauren square in the chest. She looked at the little girl sleeping peacefully on the couch. Then back at him. You handle it well, she said quietly. Daniel chuckled tiredly. Most days I'm just trying not to mess it up. After that night, things shifted. Not dramatically, but noticeably. Lauren started waving back. Sometimes she even smiled. Daniel never mentioned their earlier confrontation. But one evening, about 2 weeks later, Lauren finally brought it up. They were both outside while Lily practiced riding her bike. Lauren cleared her throat. About what I said before, about flirting. Daniel laughed. Yeah, that was memorable. I was wrong, she admitted. Daniel leaned against the fence. Why did you think that? Lauren hesitated. Then she said the truth. Because people usually only go out of their way to be nice when they want something. Daniel thought about that, then shook his head. Not me. Why not? He watched Lily wobble down the sidewalk. Then he said quietly. Because when my wife died, strangers carried us. Lauren looked at him. What do you mean? Neighbors cooked meals. A guy the first barely knew fixed my car for free. Lily's teacher paid for her field trip when I couldn't afford it. He shrugged again. I promised myself if we ever got back on our feet, I'd do the same. Lauren felt her throat tighten. You weren't flirting, she said slowly. Daniel smiled. Nope. She looked down. I'm sorry. He waved it off. Water under the bridge. Just then Lily rode past them, wobbling but determined. Look. No hands. Lily, hands. Daniel shouted. She grabbed the handlebars again and giggled. Lauren laughed for the first time in weeks. Months passed. The neighborhood changed in small ways. Lauren started bringing cookies to Mrs. Alvarez. Daniel helped her plant flowers. They shared coffee on Sunday mornings while Lily chased squirrels. But the moment Lauren never forgot happened one quiet autumn evening. They were sitting on the porch watching the sunset. Lauren finally asked the question that had lingered since the beginning. Daniel, yeah, why were you always smiling at me, even when I was rude? Daniel thought for a moment. Then he shrugged. Because you looked lonely. Lauren froze. The words hit harder than she expected. I wasn't flirting, he added softly. I was just hoping someday, you might smile back. Lauren stared at him, and for the first time since she moved into that house. She did.